guys, it's Cauliflower. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a controversial video. Nah, not really. This is just more of a consumer-friendly type of a video, just something I thought would be kind of cool to talk about as far as when I go out purchasing makeup or when I go online, which is more or less the case when it comes to purchasing makeup. But this is the list that probably will piss you off. This is the 10 most underwhelming brands that I don't purchase. And just before I even get started with this video, let's all remember that this is just moi's opinion. It is not because I'm going to tell everybody how these products are just no good, stay away from them, or any of that nature. These are just products that for me personally, whether it's because I'm not educated enough about them or because they just don't catch my eye, or I've used them before and they just don't do it for me. These are why I am underwhelmed by them, and I just have a list. So if these are products that work for you, your favorite brands or anything of that nature, and it's going to upset you, please click out now. But if not, and you're more of the open-minded viewer, then please stick around. And make sure as well that you hit that bell and always get my videos when they are uploading. Anyway, let's get started. I have my little iPad here where I actually wrote down. I put some notes about all of these things. Sorry that it darkened the screen there just right then. All right, so let's get started. It's in no particular order. I kind of just put them down from 1 to 10. And now here is the first brand I'm going to mention. This is probably going to be a shock to everyone, but one of the brands that underwhelms me is Urban Decay. I know. Let's all just take a deep breath. Whew. All right, and here's my reasons why Urban Decay underwhelms me. When I first started my channel, I was so stoked into Urban Decay. They were my first brand, my first high-end brand. They were my first eyeshadow purchase. They were my first everything. They broke the cherry, let's put it that way. Since then, I think that what ended up happening with them is they became way too glorified. And not in the way where I'm saying that they're just not a good brand or they're not making products that are, wow. I just think that sometimes with brands like this that they tend to get repetitive. And what ends up happening is other brands follow suit. A lot of people were making naked palettes. Let's be real. All of the drugstore, all of the higher end even were making naked palettes. It got to the point where every naked palette was just getting so overwhelming. And I only own one naked palette, and that's Naked 2. I never owned the Naked 1. I had the Naked 3 for a while, and I got rid of it. And I didn't go for the Naked Fire, and I have the Naked Basics. And now we have the Naked Fire Basics. It's just that it's like, okay, enough already. The other thing is with Urban Decay is they tend to either go from that or they go to these super crazy colored palettes that I'm just like, wow, those are wonderful, but they're not for me because let's face it, I'm a little older, even though I don't stray away from color. I love color, but I have tons of BH Cosmetics palettes that will do just the same thing as Urban Decay. And I'm over that kind of like, I think I grew up, I think I matured. I think it was like I discovered other brands and Urban Decay just started to become like, I love you from afar, but up close you're something different. Okay, next on my list here as I'm looking is Bare Minerals. Now here's the juxtaposition I have with Bare Minerals, and this is going to sound so condescending coming from me, somebody being older. I believe that Bare Minerals is one of the most bland marketing packaging on the market. They have not changed over the years that I've seen them. I remember them 10, 15 years ago, and they look the same as they did then nowadays. And I know I'm gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself and a little bit condescending, but they seem to market or target us older women. And let me tell you something. I'm just not about it. Like, a lot of their stuff is really good. I won't say that it's not. Their powders are really good. Some of their foundations, but their powder foundation, depending on what kind you use, they tend to be cakey, especially if you have mature skin. It's like, I don't want to have that powdered look on my face. There are certain things that Bare Minerals makes that I'm like, no, thank you. And again, I don't know. For me, they're very lackluster. Their palettes are lackluster. Their other products are just, they don't strike me anymore. I walk by that Bare Minerals store every single time I go to my mall. I don't even think twice about it. Unless somebody is talking about a specific product that they make, I just don't even hear about them anymore. So that's the other one. Okay. Disclaimer before I say this next brand. Now, this is a brand I have not tried, don't use, or anything of that nature. This is just my opinion. And this is a brand that I probably won't see me trying, and that is, actually, this is kind of a twofold. It is Charlotte Tilbury and Natasha Denona. Okay, before everybody jumps down my throat, me personally as a consumer, I may mainly go for a lot of things that are of the budget. But every now and again, I will divulge into something I think is worth it. I think, is worth trying, is something that I really wanted to save up and really wanted to, just try. I don't know, but for some reason, Charlotte Tilbury does not strike me as anything I would ever try. In fact, what it does, it turns me off. And the reason Charlotte Tilbury turns me off is it reminds me of department store makeup. It reminds me of going to those counters when you go, to any mall, through Sears, through JCPenney, what have you. If it's not a Sephora, then it's those counters where Clinique is, where Estee Lauder is, Lancome, and then you have, it should be right there, Charlotte Tilbury. The other thing is the price point. And I know that it sounds kind of, just kind of like, well, of course you're going to say that because it is a higher end luxury brand. But when I look online, when I look at some of their products, to me, and I'm looking at it now, they have these luxury palettes, these 4 palette quads that are $53. I can't even conceive of buying anything in this little thing for $53. They can't be that good. Even if they are that good, I wouldn't do it. I actually would go for something like Laura Geller or Laura Mercier or somebody of that nature because they do some amazing palettes, but for a lot less money. And they are more of the higher end. For me, Charlotte Tilbury and then Natasha Denona, do I even have to say why? We're talking $100, $200, $300 for palettes. And they underwhelm me. I have seen colors like that in Morphe palettes. I've seen colors like that in drugstore palettes. I've seen colors like that in ColourPop palettes that I would rather purchase. And again, for price point, if you want to make those decisions based upon something that is like, I want to treat myself, this is a luxury product that I'm gonna wholeheartedly just make that commitment, then I applaud that. I'm not saying that. As far as I'm concerned, as a consumer, as somebody that likes to purchase makeup and even look at the trends every now and again and see what's going on, what's the tea here, I'm not completely I'm not talked into it yet. I'm not completely satisfied with either of those companies. So therefore, no, they're underwhelming. All right. The next one is something I have used over the years, and now I completely avoid, and it is Revlon. Revlon, I don't know what happened to Revlon. I was in love with Revlon at one point. Revlon was one of my, just stoked holy grail products. There was so many things that Revlon was making when I first started my channel. That Color Stay foundation, that Color Stay whipped foundation, loved it. Some of their palettes that I thought were really good, loved them. And then I don't know what happened to them. They turned into, Physicians Formula. Actually, they turned into Physicians Formula. I don't know where along the line Revlon thought it was good to start doing things that looked a little medical in my eyes. I guess some of their adult or trying to make your face look younger products, they started to look a little bit more medical to me. And if you're going to make those claims, and if you're going to be a drugstore brand and you're going to higher prices, then you better really do some really good stuff with these products. And they didn't. They just have not. They have underwhelmed me now for the past several years. And it's kind of sad because I really loved Revlon. But their mascaras are just no, sir. After their Grow Luscious lines, which is really great mascara, I don't know what happened to them. And now their packaging has changed. Their formulas have changed. They're mixing in different products. They're putting lipsticks in eyeshadow kits. And no, just no. Unfortunately, it's one of the brands that I just go right by. Sorry, Revlon. Sorry. Okay. The next brand, again, is something that I think kind of targets mature women or women of all colors, tones, textures, and no, 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 absolutely not. And it is It Cosmetics. Now, It Cosmetics does make one product I love, and that's that Superhero Mascara that is my tried and true holy grail. As far as the rest of their products, no, I'm insulted by It Cosmetics, to be quite honest with you. First of all, don't make disclaimers on your infomercials about every type of skin tone and every type of skin type when, no ma'am, no you're not. You do not cater to every type of skin tone and every type of skin type. That is too broad of a claim. And no, It Cosmetics, no you don't. I mean, a lot of other cosmetic companies are not doing that either, but It Cosmetics makes it a point to say every woman, and I am, no, no. First of all, everybody is so concerned with their CC cream. I don't say concerned, but they're so consumed with it. I don't see why. I don't see why it's so great. It's fine. It's a glorified BB cream in my eyes. I have it. I've used it. I think my drugstore BB creams do a much better job. I have a Rimmel one that does a completely better job than that one ever does. Their under eye concealers, I was never a fan of. Never, never, never. From the first time I used their Bye Bye concealer to now. I don't even go for it. I have the waterproof one. I have yet to even use it because I'm just so not impressed with It Cosmetics. The only thing I am impressed with as far as they are concerned are their skincare and their mascara, because the mascara is amazing. Maybe they need to just shift their focus to other things and stop making claims about skin tone, skin textures, and blah, blah, blah. Because to me, and me personally, I don't think that that claim is accurate, but that's just me. Okay, moving on. Whew. The next one, again, is something I have used over the years and tried and just, yeah, no. Smashbox. Smashbox to me is sort of like on the Bare Minerals tip where they look the same and they make the same stuff and they kind of just don't. They are more than they're worth. Their prices are more than they're worth to me. I have used a bunch of different things. I've had palettes by them. I've had, all right, the primers. Listen, the primers were great when I first started my channel, the silicone primers. I'm over it. I think a lot of people are over these silicone primers. I think we've all gone on to, we want more of a less of putting on silicone on our face. So I'm over the silicone primer kind of a thing. And I just don't think Smashbox is as great as they used to be. They underwhelm me just completely. Anytime I see them in a Ulta catalog, or I see them at Sephora, or I see them in the store, whatever, I'm like, yep, okay, whatever. It's like that ex that you see. It's like, you know, you go to the pizza place, you see your ex that you dated for like a month or two. You knew like, oh yeah, they were cute then, but now, no, I don't think so. That's how I feel about Smashbox. All right. Moving on to number 7, and I'd like to call these subscription box cosmetics. These, it's kind of a slash. It's kind of because they're kind of like in the same category, so I didn't want to put them in the list as separate, just like I did with Charlotte Tilbury and Natasha Denona. So this one is Model Co. and Decay. We got these in subscription boxes, and we get these a lot in subscription boxes. So this is one of the reasons I don't go looking for them. And I know Ulta Beauty carries J-Cat and Model Co. And I know that they've made some decent products. I just don't go looking for them because what for? They come in my Ipsy or they come in my BoxyCharm or whatever I've gotten over the years. They are two of the staples that constantly come in subscription box makeup subscriptions. So why would I even go looking for anything they've ever done? Nothing that either company has done has caused me to be like, wow, let me look further into their brand. Model Co. to me reminds me of something you get at Five Below. And in fact, I think you can get it at Five Below if I'm not mistaken. They're cute packaging, but they kind of remind me of just like preteen makeup. And their formulas, things like that, they're not as amazing. They have maybe 1 or 2 blushes that I really have liked over the years. I think I have one blush that I really like by them. But anything else, I think I own a couple of lipsticks that are decent. But I'm not going to go looking for more because they're just decent. They're not like mind-blowing. And J-Cat, it's another touch and go with J-Cat as well. For me, again, they're very, very cheap. They kind of remind me of Model Co. They kind of remind me of like LA Girl, LA Colors, Profusion, any of those types of companies. And again, they're always featured in subscription boxes. So I'm like, what am I going to go looking for them for? They're like, okay, that's nice. It's like the cheaper version of something else I would purchase. So yeah, they're just not brands I would go looking for, and they're very underwhelming. Okay, number 8 is no surprise to my channel because I say this constantly and I'm going to say it again with vigor. CoverGirl. Do I even have to say any more? CoverGirl I just erased them from existence.
You don't even exist to me.
My store, I look over it and I'm like, yep, looks the same. And I know recently Tati just did a video on some of the newer products that CoverGirl came out with, and they came out with this weird looking packaging, this like black and white, almost sort of like drugstore type medicinal looking packaging. And I'm like, if you're going for older, it's no bueno. I'm just not. There are a few things CoverGirl has been good at over the years. I will say that. They've had a few hits, but not enough to keep me, and not enough to keep me going back and purchasing anymore. In fact, I've walked away from them about 2 years now, and unless they do a complete overhaul of their entire brand, and I mean complete overhaul, I ain't coming back, CoverGirl. It ain't gonna happen. Number 9 is Ulta. Ulta Beauty. And again, before we go on any further, I know I have a couple of Ulta Beauty products, and only because I've gotten them on recommendation or I've gotten them from swaps or things like that. I don't particularly go to Ulta for makeup. Some of their brushes I have purchased over a course of time, and they're decent, but makeup, no. Makeup, again, to me, every time I walk into Ulta and I see those big displays with all of their combined products that they do, like big palettes or like 48 eyeshadow palettes and blushes and things like they have over the holidays, where it's like $15 for this like suitcase of makeup, and it's a great idea. But what ruins it for Ulta is you'll get a few good, really good shades in there, and the rest of it is garbage. So now you paid $15 for a cardboard suitcase of maybe 5 colors that are decent, and the rest of it is garbage, and that's unfortunate. Has there been certain aspects of Ulta that I like as far as their products? Sure. Give me their body products? Sure. Some of their skincare is great, and their brushes are amazing. But their makeup, so it's not something I would go over to. It's something I've given a shot in the past, but it's not something that I'm completely like, wow, I need Ulta. I need more Ulta stuff in my life. No bueno. Okay, and the last one, and number 10, is Becca. And again, it's going to be controversial because a lot of people love Becca. I'm not one of those people. I tried. I really did try. I purchased Becca highlighters. I have Opal. I have the other one. I didn't go for the Jaclyn Hill. I almost called her Jaclyn Smith. Again, Becca rides along the same premise as Bare Minerals, same premise as Smashbox. To me, they're just boring. I look at their display and I'm bored, and it reminds me of department store. It reminds me of going into Macy's or going into Nordstrom's or going into one of these Lord & Taylor, like higher end stores, and seeing this presented before me. And Becca never really, outside of their primers, which is the backlight and the front light, whatever it is, the purple one and the other one, maybe at some point down the line I'll get it. If Ulta has their 21 Days of Beauty and it happens to be on sale, maybe I'll get it. Otherwise, I have no use for anything Becca. Their highlighters, I don't see them as being the most amazing thing. And anything else, I wouldn't know, because I don't hear much about them. Outside of facial products, I don't hear much about foundations on Becca or shadows or anything else. So for me, I don't go towards the Becca area. That's just me. Whew. Okay, guys, I know that was a little bit much to take. I know I had a lot of opinions, and again, they're strictly my opinions. They're just a consumer's perspective on what I don't go for normally when I'm purchasing anything. But if you guys want to sound off in the comments and tell me why I should give these brands a second try, if there's anything I should be looking for, I'm definitely open to any suggestions you guys might have had. And if you guys feel any way about these brands and would like to let me know how you feel about them, of course, do so as well. And I hope to see you guys in my next video if I didn't scare you away. And bye.